Just a quick message here. I just completed the reaction and I want to put this at the beginning of the song. This is a song with a message. It's really a country-based rock song. And so those of you who are pure traditionalists may not, this won't be your cup of tea, but the message in it, the heart behind it is one that is, it'll bring up some childhood memories probably. It did for me. Good, on both sides of the fence. But I just wanted to give you that heads up that this is more of a up-tempo country-based rock song with an anti-bullying message. Hey folks, welcome aboard the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I'm doing a gift request. Montauk Ed made a gift to the channel. So Montauk Ed, shout out to you. Thank you, my friend, for this. And he wanted me to do Matt Kennon's song, You Had to Pick on Me. So let's see. You said this is about bullying and that Matt actually goes around to high schools and he gets bullies and the bullied together to sort of come to some kind of understanding so folks know how damaging it can be to be bullied. And I guess if you're like seriously bullied, that's a problem. I mean, we all had people who we had issues with, and they were stronger or older than us. And I mean, of course, you don't like it when you're going through it, but I mean, it makes you stronger. But in ways, it makes you, learn to fight and stand up for yourself. But then there's certain people who just don't have that in them, and they just get bullied. Some guys are just, I don't know. And some people have it in them to keep doing it to them. And I used to have some really bad people, not a big fan of me because I would step in. And I wasn't a tough guy, but I just couldn't stand somebody getting bullied by some dude. And I won't get into all my stories, but yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, the town psycho was not a fan of mine, and he was a knife-carrying dude. That's not good. All right, let's see what Matt's got going here. Oh, I didn't expect it to be up-tempo.
He hid behind his lunchbox every day at that bus stop where some big old boys got their kicks, kicking him around.
Yeah.
He was scared as hell of that recess bell. That playground was more like a battlefield, and he knew he'd get himself killed if he didn't back down. With black in his eye and blood in his mouth, on the way home, all he thought about is we could have been teammates, we could have been friends. You could have made a difference, you could have stepped in. If you didn't like me, you should have just let me be. But no, you had to pick on me.
Wonder where this goes, this song. There's a lot you could do with this.
She heard them laughing about the way she looked in the hallway at the high school. She hid behind her books.
Girls
every
are
day
mean.
in that lunchroom. She wouldn't eat a thing. She stared in that mirror, hating what she'd see. Trying to be pretty became a disease. She was killing herself, just dying to fit in. The diary she kept underneath her bed hid all those words that she never said. We could have been sisters, cheered at the games. We could have gone to prom, shared the same limousine. If you didn't like me, you should have just let me be.
I'll say this though, I don't know. I've never handled mean well. I don't know what that is. I was born basically with compassion, And you don't know it, you just know you're a certain way. You figure it out later in life. That's the subject of the book I just finished the third draft of, by the way. So this is always fresh in my mind. But I never liked mean. And the content here of like we could have been friends, it's so true. We know kids are going to be kids, and there's going to be tiffs and spats, and it'll happen with adults too. But the purposeful mean-spiritedness is just, it's brutal.
You had to pick on me. It's time to make a stand, take responsibility, 'cause it's gotten out of hand. There should never have to be another child's headstone that might as well read. You had to pick on me.
You didn't have to pick on me, but
Yeah, you had to pick on me.
yeah, it's, some of those folks who behave that way, they can't go to their high school reunions because once you put some of the pieces together, you get into your 20s or 30s, you realize, wow, the girls that steal other girls' boyfriends, it's harder for them to go. But the people who are mean, and one of my reunions, one dude chased another guy because the dude who got picked on when he was younger grew big. And it took a while. He was a late bloomer, but he grew big. And then at one of our reunions, one of the dudes who used to pick on him came there, and he would not let him in. I was in the other room, but I heard about it, and it was an ugly scene where he chased him out. The dude wasn't allowed to hang. He paid and everything, and he couldn't come into the reunion because paybacks are a bitch sometimes, Like, people get older, they remember this stuff. And you just never know. Somebody's going to just snap later on in life. If they got nothing to live for, they might go looking for you. But as a kid, you're not thinking that way. And now it's social media. But, on the other hand, there's a difference between coddling and not letting kids fight their own fights and stepping in when it needs to be, when, somebody needs help. There are some guys, and I did this once, and I remember the kid's name was George. He was just a nice, soft-spoken, real nerdy type of dude. And he was 2 years younger than me, and somebody that was a year older than I saw him walking home from school, and this one dude who was older started picking on him. I got involved, and I'm not a fighter. I mean, maybe I am more than I give myself credit for, but I, just started like, leave the dude alone. It just wasn't right. And he did. He left him alone. And I don't even know why. I don't know why the guy was left, because I wasn't intimidating, but I remember getting a phone call from George's father that night thanking me for stepping in and helping his kid out. And I didn't think anything of it at the time, because I was too young to appreciate it. But as a father, I'm like, man, if somebody stepped in and protected my kid, I'd be all kinds of grateful too. But on the other hand, I had to fight some of my own fights, and I'm fine with that, And some of them I wasn't going to win. That's the nature of the beast. But so yeah, I'm not going to rate that one. But that's a song with a message. It's not traditional country by any stretch of the imagination. It was more rock-based country. Yeah, it's a message that's out there, and if it helps somebody, wonderful. So, Ed, thank you, my friend, and we'll go from there. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.